Welcome to Smoke Jutsu. We are here tonight. You have Midnight and Teesh.
Okay. Good afternoon and welcome back um, to Smoke Jutsu with Teesh and Midnight. This afternoon, we are talking about gatekeeping by any other name, and let's just get to it. So, what is gatekeeping? I'll go ahead and let Midnight go ahead and jump into it, and then I'm gonna follow up behind him. So I know sometimes he's like, "Damn, how'd I get put on the spot?"
Because
I know
what
what you're
that
saying.
right, you do that because you introduce us, and then you be like, and you go.
And
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I can do it. Um, but what gatekeeping is, it's a method of deciding who is supposed to be here and who's not. That's a generic term for it. When we're talking about fandom, such as anime, TV shows, Juneteenth. When you're talking about anything like that, and somebody tries to show their elitism, and they normally try to point this towards newer fans, or if you are a new fan, they want to make you feel inadequate because you just now picked up something or you just now came to it. So they want to make you feel less than and try to make themselves feel as if they're some sort of expert when they're actually not. And it's not coming from a genuine place. So it's not a, they normally pepper you with questions, but they're not peppering you with questions because they're trying to find a common ground with you. They're peppering you with questions because they want to then make you feel inadequate to them or that you don't belong in this space because you don't have the answers to these questions that they have.
a form of isolation, basically. So for me, gatekeeping is a form of controlling, limiting people from gaining access to a particular group, just to anything, because gatekeeping isn't limited to. And in this case, we're gonna talk about in the spectrum of like to anime in this particular case in the blur
Hmm.
community, because you and we met through one of the groups that we're in because we're admins in a blur in one of the blurred groups that we participated in. And it happens so frequently that people like to gatekeep. And what we mean by, like you said, um, people like to show off their power. And unfortunately, this happens more on the male side, on the man's side,
Hmm.
where normally, and this is, I'm gonna say more so to show off their knowledge. People want to show off their knowledge. I know so much about XYZ anime. I know so much about it. I'm gonna ask you all these questions. I'm gonna tell you that I know the name of this character. I know their background. I know their zodiac sign. I know what happened in season one, episode 50 at 5 minutes and 37 seconds in. This is what they said. This is what they had on at the time. Did you know this random trivia? Did you know this random trivia that happened at this time? And
Hmm.
if you don't know this random bit of trivia that happened, you're not a true fan. Who are you to tell me what I know?
Right.
Who are you to tell me what level of fan that I am? Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker about gatekeeping that I find very interesting. There are quite a few people who are fans in different respects. So there's no one way to be a fan when it comes down to liking something. You could be a fan for the art, for the just for the sheer animation of something. You could be a fan for liking the producer
Hmm.
of the film. For in this case, we just gonna stick with anime. Of the genre. I like that type. I just like this specific genre of anime. So I'm a fan of it just for that. I could be a fan of the voice actor. I follow the voice actor, whichever type of show they he or she is in. No
Okay.
more, no less. I don't need to know anything more than know that they're in there and I'm gonna watch it. Does that make me any less of a fan of watching the show? No. I don't need to know every little tidbit about the show. And I'm just saying this for generality's sake. As we start dictating who and what and why someone watches the show, it takes the fun out of
Hmm.
watching different things. What I found is that with men specifically, is that you'll have so many people, especially me, because look, look, pop up that SpongeBob yeah, where he unfurls the list of the anime. I have watched so much anime. It is
More than me.
ridiculous.
More than me.
So much anime for so many different genres. It's ridiculous. So much so that at times I have forgotten the titles because I just watch anime. Because I love. If it catches my eye, I'll watch it. And if I
Oh yeah.
really, really like it, then I'll go back and I'll rewatch it. And
Oh
if I
no.
really like it, then I'll research it because I want to know different things about it for whatever reason.
No,
Um,
I don't know
but what
voice
I
actors. I don't know producers. I do know the animes that I like. But one of the things when we go back and we talk about those questions that they ask, if you want to know that if you're being gatekeep, if a gatekeeper is now attacking you, they'll do this thing where they try to eliminate the common answers. So you have to come up with an uncommon answer. So they may
Mhm.
ask you what's your favorite anime, but you can't say Bleach, you can't say Naruto, you can't say Dragon Slayer. Um, like they'll start eliminating animes
they're saying
out,
you can't
and
ask
then
me more common anime. They're asking for things that are um, less
the
widely
obscure
known.
anime,
Hmm.
or name me seven characters in the anime, but you can't name like the main character, and you can't name the main antagonist. Go.
It's it's the equivalent, and this is why I say I've talked about this so much. I've become enraged about it because gatekeeping it spans well beyond just the anime realm or the blurred or the this pop culture realm
Hmm.
because for me I love anime. I I'm in the comic books now. I love I love movies. I love I used to play fantasy football. Huge football fan. I was a
Ooh,
huge football fan.
that's another
I
gatekeeping community.
very,
Sports. Oh
very
yeah.
much so. I beat ass. I whooped ass at football. Let me be clear. I came out number one in my fantasy football league. And do you know how often that people gatekeep me on my goddamn when I was playing? Oh, name me XYZ players on your team that's besides your quarterback and um your quarterback and your linebacker and all this. I don't give a damn team. Who I need to know is who's on my starting lineup. I didn't know who's on my lineup, who's my backups on my team, who I'm anticipating picking up for next week. Do you
Hmm.
have are you questioning me when I'm beating your ass every week?
Hmm.
Are you asking in, more importantly, are you asking any of the male participants these questions? Are you asking anybody else these same questions?
Ooh.
You're not doing that.
Ooh.
This goes outside of football. Gatekeeping happens in other spaces. When you're in the workplace, it happens. I've worked in male dominated spaces, so I'm very accustomed to seeing it.
So what you're saying is that gatekeeping is misogyny as another name of it.
That's why, thank you. I love it. Thank you, darling.